Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about every single thing that I love in books. This video will be so random because I've compiled details of the things that I love in books, and I feel like it'll be very fun for me to try to talk about it with you guys. I'll rant a lot, and I've seen so many people done these videos before, and I feel like it's very exciting. I really enjoyed watching their videos. So credits to all of them who actually made these type of videos first, but let's get started. So I'm starting with tropes. Book tropes. The first book trope that I love is friends to lovers. I freaking love friends to lovers so much. I feel like it's always very wholesome. It's always very happy and positive. It just gives me that vibe. A few friends to lovers book that I really love is like People We Meet on Vacation, 1,000 Boy Kisses, and Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating. I love those friends to lovers tropes so much. And then I also love the opposite of friends to lovers, which is enemies to lovers. I love enemies to lovers so much because usually it's always so intense. You can always see like the unspoken tension between these two people. I love the banters. The banters is always the best part in enemies to lovers book trope. And I also really love when the characters does not want to admit to the fact that they actually love or have feelings for their enemies. Like, it's always the best thing ever. And especially when the enemies to lovers is slow burn. I don't want the enemies to lovers to be like, I hate you for a day, and then the next day they kind of caught feelings. No, that's just so boring, and I really hate that type of enemies to lovers. I love it when the enemies to lovers is like, I hate you, and then it just kept on going, the banters, the tension, the angst, and then they got together. But after they got together, I don't want them to be like all lovey-dovey and like so sweet and so cute. No, I'm actually gonna cry if that happens. I need the banters to keep on going. Obviously, it does not have to be like as rude or as mean as when they're enemies, but I just want them to still have this like playful banters, and it's just always the best thing. I love it so much. Okay, and then moving on to the next trope, I love grumpy sunshine. This is like one of my all-time favorite trope ever. Basically, it's when the guy is grumpy and he's composed, he rarely talks, he does not smile a lot, and the girl is the exact opposite of the guy. The girl is very joyful, she's happy all the time, she smiles, and she sees the best in people. I really love it so much. It's like the best trope. I would recommend you guys reading Fine Print by Lauren Asher. The grumpy sunshine in that book is written so amazingly. Is that a word? Yeah, I don't know. I might even make like a grumpy sunshine book recommendation because that's how much I love the trope. And then I also love the found family trope. It is one of the best tropes ever. Found family just made me feel so comforted, especially when like they became so close, and it just teaches me the fact that you don't have to have the same bloodline to call another person family, because family can be defined in so many different ways, and I just really love the aspect of that. And then last but not least, I love the fake dating trope. Fake dating trope always comes with enemies to lovers, obviously, because that's the best way to combine fake dating tropes. I love when the characters have to fake date or when they agreed on something, and I just love it so much. So yeah, so those are all the tropes that I love, and we're gonna move on to the next category, and this one's gonna be like features of a book that I love. I really don't know how to classify this, but we're gonna start with the first one, which is floppy books. I freaking love floppy books. Floppy books is the best books out there. I love the fact that it's very easy to open. It does not break the spine. I'm not exactly the biggest fan of like broken spines, but if it's broken, then I'm fine with it. Like, I'm not like sad that the spine is broken, but I just prefer the spine to be perfectly fine, and that only happens if the book is floppy. And you can just like open the book with one hand, it's easy, but break spines you can't. Like, you just have to use both hands, and it just hurts your hands. So yeah, floppy books are the best books. And also paperbacks. I love paperbacks. I love hardcovers as well, but I love paperbacks more. I feel like it looks better and prettier on my shelf, on my bookshelf, and it's easier to carry everywhere. You can just like carry paperbacks anywhere you want. And yeah, I just really loved it. I love how light it also is, and it's amazing. Okay, I also love when the guy characters in books calls like the girl love, like as a nickname. This just reminds me of Lauren Hale, and I love the word love. It's so fancy and hot, and it's so attractive when fictional guys say it, especially in a British accent. I love when the guy also calls the girl sweetheart or darling. Obviously, I don't think I would want that in real life. Like, if a guy calls me sweetheart, darling, in real life, it's kind of weird, but in books, it's not. And I don't know how to explain it. That's how I feel. But like love, I feel like love is a very, very pretty word. I just love it so much. And if a guy calls her that in books, I would freaking shout, like I would scream like a crazy person, but I freaking love those words so much. Now we're gonna talk about like features of a guy, like my ideal book guy character. The first one is that I love when his hair is dark colored hair. I love when his hair is like black color or dark brown color. Dark brown's like the superior hair color. I'm not the biggest fan of like blonde colors of guy. I don't hate it. I really don't hate it. And this is just like me talking about guys in books, so please don't compare this to real life. Like I love book guy characters who have dark hair. I don't know, it just hits different, you know? And then I'm gonna talk about the guys' personalities that I really love in books. I love when the guy is, there are two things that I love. The first one is like the good kind. I love when the guy is very kind-hearted, he is humble, he's very wholesome. I'm just gonna like give you guys an example of the guy that I really love, which is Atlas Corrigan. Like Atlas Corrigan, he is the most kind-hearted, humble person ever. He's a sweet, sweet person and he cares about Lily so much. But the thing about him that I love most is that he is also confident. With all those kind qualities, he is confident. Okay, this is like a spoiler from It Ends With Us, so please skip this part if you don't want to get any spoiler. But I remember the part when Atlas threatened Ryle, when he literally said something like, "You touch her again and I'll cut your hand off and shove it down your throat." That part, like he's confident and I love that. And I love that he's also sweet. I love those type of guy characters. But another part of me also loves cocky guy characters, even though it's annoying, but I still love it, and who is like confident in what they're doing. They know what they're doing and they're also like very smart. I love smart guys on books, and I love it when they kept on like smirking. I love it when they do those like rolling thumb thing. I can't show it because that's gonna be so cringy, but like if you know, you know. I love those things in books. Another thing is I love when the book has this specific scene, which is kissing in the rain scene. I know it's not cheesy. I don't think it's cheesy. It's just like kind of common, but I really loved it. I don't know, it just shows how passionate the characters are and how crazy their relationship is. I just really love it. A few books that I know have that scene is People We Meet on Vacation, and I also really love Ugly Love. There is the kissing in the rain scene. I just love it when it's intense, and yeah, it's so good. Another specific scene, and I need to know if you guys have any book recommendations with these scenes. Please let me know because I have to read it very, very soon. So I love it when these two characters, basically, they're not together yet, but you can see the tension, you can see the connection, and you can see the chemistry. And basically the girl kind of like looked towards the guy, and turns out the guy's already looking at her. Like the whole time he's already looking at her. So the girl kind of looks away, okay? And then she looks at him again, and turns out he never broke his eyes away from her. I'm literally freaking out from my own imagination. I love it when the guy's like confident. I don't know how to explain it, but if you're a book reader, I feel like you'll understand what I'm trying to say here. And then another thing is when the guy calls the girl beautiful, like it hits different. Okay, now we're moving on from the inside of the book, and we're moving on to the book covers. Yay! I love book covers that does not have a person's face. Okay, here's the thing. I actually love the book cover for Hot House Flower. It is one of like Kristen Becker-Ricci's book cover. I know there's a person's cover in it, but it looks good. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I love it. I also really love Daisy Jones and the Six with the face. Like, I love it. But what I don't love is something like Guy's Abs, like from the Off-Campus series. I freaking hate it. Like, don't. I also don't really love Kiss the Sky cover. I don't like it. But like, I love Hot House Flower. I don't know how to explain it. Cartoon covers are actually pretty. It's cute, but like it's not like my all-time favorite. I love it. I love cartoon covers, but what I really, really love are covers that has these type of like realistic illustration. I'm actually gonna show you guys a few examples. The first one is from the Billionaire series, which is by Lauren Asher. I love the fine print and the terms and conditions covers. It's so pretty and unique. I love these type of covers. I also really love the Dirty Air series covers. Like, I don't know how to explain it. I love the Addicted series covers as well. Like, these type of covers are the best things ever. This is like my all-time favorite. These are the best covers, and you cannot argue with me because I freaking love these covers so much. I also love, the last example is the Twisted series. The 3 books all have very beautiful covers. I just love it when it's like, when it does not have any people at all on the cover. That sounds so bad, but yeah. Then I love it when authors actually make like specific playlists in the book. I love it so much. I'm actually going to show you guys examples of the books that has playlists that is like provided by the author. So these are the 2 books that I know are provided with like freaking beautiful playlists. Hold on, I'm going to show it to you guys. Wait, where is it? I'm actually, okay, yeah, this one. Playlist. This is like the playlist section, and there are songs, lists and lists of songs. And look at this. There is One Direction. Especially if the playlist has songs that I freaking love or artists that I love. Like One Direction, you can see Infinity, If I Could Fly, Walking in the Wind, Don't Forget Where You Belong, Strong, Fireproof, Happily. Like those are like all my favorite songs. There's like Little Mix and other artists you can see. And then reminders of him. I recently read this book and I just figured out that there's actually a playlist. I love Colleen Hoover for doing that. Kenna Roman's playlist, and there's a bunch of songs. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but yes, this is like the best thing ever. I love books that have playlists. I also know that the fine print actually has playlists as well, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, authors, please do that more often, because I'm actually gonna love you so much if you actually make playlists for your book. Like, it's so personalized. It's always like so beautiful. I just love it so much. And then I love pretty book dedications. I love book dedications that just, I don't know, that just really is moving. I'm actually gonna like mention a few, and I'm gonna like put pictures of the book dedications that I'm talking about. The first one is from The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. That's like the best thing ever. Like, I also really love The Problem with Forever's book dedication by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I forgot what the book dedication is, but I'm gonna show on the screen. It's basically talking about like your voice and how you can find your voice. I don't know, it's just so deep. I also really love the book dedication from It Ends With Us. It's actually so sad. If you've read the whole book, you will understand the dedication, and it'll mean so much more than when you have not read the book. And then I also really love the Spanish Love Deception book dedication. It's so deep and meaningful. I just love it. So yeah, I really love book dedications that are, it's just so pretty. Okay, then I'm gonna talk about storylines, I guess. I love books that is heartbreaking. I love when books are so sad. However, I don't want the book to have like a bad or a sad ending. No, that's just cruel. That's just freaking cruel. I love it when the book is like so heartbreaking. You can make it as heartbreaking as you want to, but I need the ending to be happy and beautiful. I need that, and I will love you if you do that, because like heartbreaking books is like the best thing ever, but then I just want the ending to be happy, or else I'll be empty, you know. But like if it's happy, then I'll be like fulfilled and complete, and I just love that so much. Okay, last but not least, I'm gonna talk about the last thing that I love in books, which are letters. I love when books have letters in them. I feel like letters are always just so beautifully written, and I just love it so much. Letters just make me so emotional. Like whenever books have letters, I would literally cry, just cry out of nowhere. One of the books that have the most beautiful letters ever is All Your Paperbacks by Colleen Hoover, and that is actually one of my all-time favorite books ever. Like, I love letters so much. Or actually like diary entries, I also really love that. Like It Ends With Us have that, but mostly letters. I freaking love letters, and Graham's letters to Quinn is the most beautiful thing I've ever read in my whole life. Like, I've never read something so beautiful as that. Like, I cried so much. I've never cried that much in a book, and that is because of the letters. So yeah, if books have letters, like, I would definitely love that book. I just love it so much. So I think that is it for today's video. I've talked about a lot of things, and I really had a lot of fun ranting every single thing that I love about books. I might make an opposite video for this. I might try to make like things that I hate in books. If you guys like this video, I might make a part 2. Thank you guys again for watching today's video. I will see you guys next time in my next video.